but Nyoken just has to absorb attacks, and he's only got 3 tanks, it looks like 4 tanks actually, out in play altogether to try to defend that. And you can just tell by the supply difference, 73 versus 90. He's going to have a really hard time fighting this off, especially if there's any drops going across his main, which I think would be intelligent from Idra at this stage. Is just go push up. He's got the 3 dropships. Yeah, go be aggressive, get some drops done, do your economic harass, go from there. And that looks like what he is thinking about doing. He's still playing a little bit safe. It looks like he's trying to dodge that barracks. He doesn't want to give away what location he's heading to. Nyoken bring in SCV to the 12 o'clock position. I can't imagine he's going to go for a command center here. I think this is just for scouting. He's trying to figure out where. I think he was thinking that Nyoken was going to be playing. I'm sorry, that Idra was going to be playing a little bit more aggressive economically rather than going for an attack, and he was going to take another expansion. Nyoken, though, taking another expansion to 6 o'clock, and he has no means to defend this whatsoever. I think this is going to be dead as soon as Idra spots it. I think he just did with that comsat. You can hear the comsats going off. He's moving all the dropships there. Nyoken does not have enough to defend any of this territory. He's definitely going to lose this, probably lose the 4 SCVs that are in transition. A couple tanks moving down this direction as well. Yeah, this is going to be absolutely devastating. Dropping short, losing those SCVs on the gimme, and it looks like he's going to go for another expansion in the upper right. He's just going to try to outproduce, canceling that command center, realizing he can't hold it. Instead, trying to produce a new command center in that upper right-hand corner, but this is again just giving Idra more time to build up that attack force. Idra actually playing a little bit more passively than I thought he would, because that was a pretty easy pick, and I think he actually could be in. He doesn't really need to be aggressive though, but still he has the opportunity. He might as well take it. 119 supply going up against 104. Honestly, I think he could just play it safe and still win the game, but you don't want to give Nyoken opportunities, because when you give Nyoken opportunities, he can take it. However, I think if he takes a 6 o'clock, which it looks like he might be thinking about doing, it looks like an SCV coming up here to spot it, though. If he took that 6 o'clock as well, or I'm sorry, that 12 o'clock as well, that would just be way overextending himself. Idra, as you can just see, just continually pumping the troops. He's got all the factories just kind of moving. He's already got the 5 factories up, running up, going to be able to take out Nyoken's barracks. He's exposed out in the field once again. Easily going to be taken out, not a lot of opposition. Nyoken expecting to attack in that bottom right-hand corner and putting most of his defense right there. Again, has to deal with a larger dropship force out in the field. And honestly, I don't know how he's thinking he's going to defend this upper right-hand corner, because as soon as the dropships move out to that location, yeah, he really has nothing to defend. And also trying to get siege tanks up to the 6 o'clock. Very cleverly kind of sealing off Idra's expansions now, so he's going to try to play with his offense here. It looks like the dropships are able to kind of squash that pretty easily, though. So Idra is going to be able to open up the 6 o'clock. Also going to be able to take out several of these things, additionally these turrets, but still, Nyoken not in too bad position. He does have this expansion in the upper right. It doesn't look like Idra has scanned it quite yet. I'm going to take Nyoken's vision off just so we can kind of get a view of it. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's comsatted that upper right-hand corner yet, so he doesn't know that Nyoken's taken it. As soon as he does, though, I still don't feel like Nyoken's been able to take it. He's putting up 2 more factories to go up to 6. That will put him 1 over Idra. He will actually have superior economy momentarily to try to even things up, and also putting a turret just to be annoying at the 12 o'clock. But still, the difference in dropships, I think, is really going to be the playable factor. We've already got 5 dropships out in the field. Idra loading up another large attack force, and I just don't think that Nyoken's really going to have the true position. He's just spread too thin. He's all over the place. Idra's just going to really be able to pound him all over the map. You can depict where the attacks are happening, where the play, and Nyoken just has to absorb attacks and try to counterattack with a much smaller dropship force, bringing 4 troops up. And it looks like, yeah, he's, instead of actually playing back and playing a little bit more defensively like he needs to, he's running up and being aggressive with his dropships, which I think is a mistake. Losing one, not losing one dropship, almost losing a dropship. Looks like he actually, there he loses a dropship, which he needs to conserve. He needs to save those. He's trying to deny some of these expansions. It's not going to happen though. Idra just has a much larger attack force. He would have been better off just playing defensively and relying on the 4 base lead. He had the 4 base versus 3, just getting a little bit too greedy and trying to hold it there and getting wiped out. Now Idra has a very large unopposed force. He's definitely got, he had the air lead before, but he's got an even larger air lead. This is the stage of the game where Idra's macro is just going to dominate, absolutely dominate. Tanks moving piecemeal across the across the middle, getting sieged right there, but being unloaded right on top of the Goliaths and more tanks coming underneath, and Nyoken's entire army is crushed. Honestly, I think Idra can just attack them directly into Nyoken's front door, and that'll probably be GG right there. He's going to load up this attack force and probably do that. right now. So actually, no, he's readjusting. He's going to start moving to the bottom right-hand corner. There are some siege tanks here, a lot of turrets to move in. He can still attack move across this. He's going to have a little bit of a mischance, though, up the ramp, be able to move in. And yeah, no defenses here for Nyoken. Nyoken probably going to lose this bottom right-hand base. He's having to funnel in troops at a distance, still can't help out with the dropships, and there's going to be more dropships. Look at this. It looks like it's going to be actually a pincer attack. He's going to distract these 3 tanks to the bottom right, probably go for an attack right over the secondary where Nyoken has absolutely no troops. Beautiful troop position here by Idra, and I think he just comsatted that up right-hand corner. It looks like he's headed there now, or if he didn't comsat it, he's going to probably discover it with some grouping of these dropships. A couple turrets there kind of spot things. It looks like he's going to drop short, siege over the edge, and at some point, no, he's just going to drop a couple troops. He actually can come around, siege over the edge with a bit of spotting. That's it for Nyoken, and I think, yeah, he's just hoping that he'll be spotted over time. And I think that is it. Probably GG not too long from now, because Idra going up, he's going to take another base at the 12 o'clock location. Nyoken losing his 4th. So right now on the expansion count, it is going to be 5-3, and Nyoken was already behind as far as supply went, but not playing very well together. Looks like he's running in for a counterattack. Might be able to stop Idra's expansion to 6, at least momentarily, and might even be able to get some damage otherwise, but he's spreading himself a little bit thin. As you can see, the dropship's already en route to absorb this attack, to kind of stomp on this, and he's kind of losing what little piecemeal defense he might have had otherwise, but he has to play risky at this point. He's already behind. He's already just so far behind the supply. He had to make something happen, and this was the move he was going for. I think it could have been done a little bit better, a little bit perhaps someplace else. So right now, drained the supply. Almost looks like about 30 supply behind. Not at least ahead in upgrades, so he's at least got something working for him, so those troops being a little bit hardier. But as you can see, he doesn't really have any. He's got 4 tanks defending that bottom right, which those dropships could completely run over. His secondary is completely exposed. His main has a couple turrets, but it's mostly exposed, and there's just, it looks like most of Nyoken's supply is actually just in SCVs, not in much else. And the SCVs charging up to the 12 o'clock to 1 do some damage here. He doesn't even care that this is going to be spotted by that turret along range, because there's nothing that Nyoken can do about it. Nyoken continuing to be aggressive, moving 5 more tanks to the 6 o'clock position, a huge ball of Idra's troops moving down to crush that rather swiftly, and a couple more dropships moving in to kind of support. So this might be a larger force than it looks like initially. Unfortunately, he's sieging first, which means he's going to end up getting his troops in a fixed position where they're not doing any damage, while Idra's just dropping right on top of them. With the SCVs off the line, actually doing better with that level 2 weapon upgrade than I thought. A couple of troops getting trapped on the team, but still nice cleanup by Idra, able to take what's left out. And it looks like those dropships at least are going to be able to escape from Idra, so he's still going to keep some mobility here on the field, but otherwise absolutely crushed. And now Idra's economy is just too powerful. As soon as he looking for more factories, it looks like this is actually a late factory add-on from Idra. I expected this a lot sooner from him, and he should be at a much higher supply count, so maybe he's playing a little bit rusty as well. I would have thought that we would just see factories absolutely all over the place here, and instead we're just seeing 2 additional factories being placed. So and really that's the difference in production here. Nyoken trying to counterattack now to the 12 o'clock location, at least catching this a little bit by surprise, and there's not a lot in these dropships to counterattack and really stop that, so it looks like he is at least going to be able to get some SCV kills here. Let's see how Idra decides to react to this. Is he going to go and just play the defensive game? Okay, it looks like he is going to load up and he's just going to play defensive and continue to play safe, continue to play kind of off, but I think this attack actually might be successful. I think he might be able to take out this command center, not loaded off, bring the SCVs off the line to try to defend this. Again, not a lot in these dropships, and Nyoken does have the dropship advantage. Nevertheless, Nyoken going to GG. Just wanted to get that last attack in. He was too far economically behind, too many bases, and Nyoken just, yeah, not up for the task. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Going to continue. I'm going to actually try to get more out tomorrow. So just today I have this game, going to finish up the Nyoken set tomorrow. And again, if you go to broodwar.chipin.com, donate to Child's Play, leave in the comment what games you want to see next. I'll try to get a list of all the games that are available on the SC2GG forums. Thanks for listening.